Hello, class. How's it going out there? Whoa, I was just gone. Okay, so it's almost Super Bowl Sunday. Homeskoolin number 89 with your host, the Session Man from NEO, which stands for Northeast Ohio, by the way. Oh, shit. That was an old Hank Williams tune. Country Boy Can't Survive. You remember that? You know, he wrote that himself. That song's like the stairway to heaven for country music, man. I've been tripping out on that lately, just playing it over and over in the car with the kids. What a track, man. You guys like Hank Williams Jr.? Anyway, Let's see. I've got the old Strat out. I wanted to tell you guys that Nathan from Duesenberg called me, and he said that tomorrow is the day they're launching on the website the new series of guitars. He's going to have the price list up for the new Session Man model guitars. And I wanted to assure everyone that there will be side dots. Because, you know, I told them not to put any inlays on the fretboard because I like it like that. But there is side dots. Don't worry. You can still tell where you are. I got my Selling England by the pound coffee cup that someone was kind enough to send. Anyway, okay, we got a few things in the VCB. Well, I also wanted to say that I just finished 2 weeks of recording with that band I told you about, that young band from Philly. Man, we've been having so much fun. God, I love doing that stuff. Just being creative and trying everything. At one point, I was trying to replicate the sound on the intro of Revolution, so I told the engineer, can you just take this SG and just plug it into the console and get direct and turn the distortion up all the way? And we actually got pretty close to that sound. It was pretty fun, man. I love doing stuff like that. Okay, one guy said, hey, Tom, thanks for the tuning tips. One thing I always do is tune up to pitch. Yes, there's a lot to be said for this. I should probably set up my Rolling Rock Can tuner visual aid here so I can show you guys. See, when you're tuning a guitar, right? Let me see if I can get this where you can see it. Can you see that? When you tune a guitar, you tune the open string, right? And you never, if it was a little sharp, right? You never want to tune down to pitch and just stop. You want to go underneath it, and then you tug that string, tug it with your right hand, take it and pull it, and what it does is it seats the string, and then you tune it up to pitch, and you stop when you get where you need to be, and that way they're not going to drift when you bend, you know. Tune up to pitch and tug those strings, and when it's just a little sharp, instead of trying to adjust with the tuner, tug the string, and it always seats it perfectly. If you're just a little tiny bit sharp, instead of trying to use the tuners, pull it. That's the way to do it. I'm telling you right now. Another guy said, hey, Uncle Larry, is it best to record your guitars dry and add effects later? I've had that question a million times. I keep forgetting to answer it. It depends what you're doing. I like to record effects. I like to, because I feel like there's certain reverbs and stuff and delays you can get out of pedals coming through guitar speakers that the mics pick up. You can't replicate with post. And on the other hand, I also think that there is some awesomeness to post added effects that you can't get trying to record your effects through the microphone, right? So it totally depends on the kind of music you're doing. Like when I'm working on some old, old school R&B or something that I want it to sound real authentic, I record the spring reverb. You know, I use the EBO spring reverbs and I record all that. You can't erase it from the tracks once it's made, but you never would want to, because it sounds so authentic, you know, to what you're trying to do. So it depends, man. I mean, everyone's got a different approach. I remember working for guys when I was younger that would tell me to turn all the effects off. But and then there's another question that a guy asked along those lines. Remember the last episode where I just plugged that Les Paul right into the 59 Tweed Bassman, which I also forgot to show you guys. He said, hey, Tom, you sounded great straight into the amp. All the pedals make things sound fake and pillowy. Less is more, don't you think? And I feel like sometimes it is. But I'll tell you what, you wouldn't make much of a career as a session man if you didn't have any pedals. I mean, if I was in a band and I wrote all the music to fit that sort of approach, like a Les Paul and a Marshall with no effects, that'd be great. But it would also be sort of limiting. But yeah, it'd be cool if that was that kind of music, right? You could do it. But man, that's not the life of the session man. You know, you have to come up with a million different sounds on command, and you needed the pedals to do it. I'm sorry. But if you got good pedals and you got a good pedal board, it doesn't soak any tone away. If you're using crappy pedals, it's a problem, you know. But we try to avoid those on the Homeskoolin show. Oh, man. I want to do an episode on lap steel sometime because I'm playing a lot of lap steel lately. And you guys play lap steel? I just did an overdub on that record I was working on. I mentioned in it. Man, I was just thinking, I need to start playing more lap steel because it's so much fun. Here's one more question, then I'll talk about some guitar stuff. I think of all the, hundreds of thousands of comments that have come in on my 100 plus videos, well over 100 plus videos. This one might be my favorite. I also wanted to mention, if you guys there's a lot of new viewers coming on that haven't seen any of the old stuff. Before it was called Homeskoolin, there was like 30 episodes called the Corona Lessons. Was that what it was called? I can't remember. I think I called them the Corona Lessons. So there's a lot of the really important stuff that I had to talk about before I ran out of things to talk about was on those first 30. So you can go back and check those. So it's pre-homeschooling. Paul Reed Smith sent me this cool tuner, one of those clip-ons. And when you get in tune, the eagle lights up. You got an eagle there. Look at that eagle. That's when you're in tune. Thanks, Paul. Okay, of all the questions I've gotten, this might be my all-time favorite. I just think the wording is absolutely hilarious. It's from a guy named Lionel Mandrake. I don't know where he's from, but he said, "Hey, Tom, thank you for your biting opinions about blues guitar and jazz voicings. They are certainly consistent with your playing on this channel, and I'm sure alienated many in the guitar hobbyist universe. I love blues, the real thing, not the sports bar variety, but I love honesty even more." Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. Look, I'm not saying that blues isn't cool. I had a lot of people pissed off on that one. I get it. But I'm not saying blues isn't cool. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea, man. I'm not saying that you're not cool if you like blues. I like a lot of blues. There's just a certain kind of blues that I am not into. I like Chuck Berry. I like, early Stones where they're playing blues and stuff. I like all that, but it's like, I just don't like it when you got too many Stevie Ray clones out there in this world, I think, Stevie Ray was a badass, but, a lot of clones out there. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not really into it, but that's all right. Everyone's got different tastes. That's what makes all this shit great, right? So here's I was going to show you one little thing. Oh, shit. This thing you can do where how do I even do this? Let me see if I can show you this. You know that lick? It's probably like an old Jerry Reed thing. I do that with the thumb and the middle finger. You mute as you pick, right? It's kind of like that Magic Sam kind of vibe. He did a lot of that. Every single time you strike the string, you just mute it for just a millisecond, and it gives it that super choppy percussive effect. There's no left-hand muting going on there at all. Let's talk about some of these chords on this Hank Williams genius. Country Boy Can't Survive. Remember I did that video about the power of the 5 minor? This is a good example of it. The verse. D major, A minor, G, back to D. So that's 1, 5 minor, 4. I live back in the woods, you see. Woman and the kids and the dogs and me. That part, And then it goes to 4, 5 to 1, so leading into the chorus. And the chorus is G, F, C, G. Amazing There's sitar on there, electric sitar. I don't know who played guitar. Probably Reggie Young on that. Amazing harp, creepy harp. It's great. Check that one out. You know, I did a record with Hank Williams Jr. years ago, and it was just a blast. I am a huge fan of his, and he was the coolest guy. Julian Raymond produced it, my buddy, and we made a whole record, and it was just a joy. I can't remember the name of the album, but it was, Hank was so cool, man. And he threw out some of the coolest ideas. I remember when he would suggest something, like an arrangement change or something, it was just like, yes. He's so musical. He played a lot of those instruments on this record, man. Hank Williams, man, badass. All right, guys, happy Saturday. Enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. All right, bye.